to meet you, and thanks.
Nice to meet you. I'm Norman.
Nice to meet you.
All right, welcome to Montu.
Thank you.
We're going to take you through the ride here and show you a whole bunch of stuff behind the scenes, and you'll get to see how the ride operates, how we maintain the ride, and how we do everything here at Montu. This is Xander. He's a supervisor here at Montu, so he'll be following along with us too. Have you been on Montu before?
Oh yes, many times.
Yeah, Montu is a great ride. It's my favorite ride here in the park.
It's a good one. It's really fun.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and start. We'll go ahead and head up to the platform here and show you a little bit about how we do things in operations for running the ride.
Okay.
Sound good?
It sounds great.
You ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go ahead and head on over. This is the station. Okay. Obviously, this is the only area in the ride where the coaster can open and close the harnesses itself. If you look on the ground here, you'll see we got these foot pedals here. These are each position that we have for an operations employee. So what they'll do is after they open the gates and the guests load onto the ride, they'll pull down their harnesses, and then each employee will go around and check each harness and each seatbelt to make sure it's completely locked. If the harness isn't locked, sometimes there might be something that the panel operator may have seen, like somebody got on with a loose article or something like that. So we'll get that person off the ride to put that loose article away, and then we'll get them back on and then check their harness again. Okay. After we check the entire train, the platform employee will come back over here to the foot pedal. They'll put their foot on the foot pedal, they'll give their thumbs up, and then right in front of the panel there you might see a row of lights. Those lights light up when they put a foot on the foot pedal, and after all the lights light up for the amount of people on the platform, the green light will light on, and then that lets them send the coaster. Are you ready to head out to the transfer track?
Let's do it. I'm ready to see this.
All right, let's go ahead and head out this way. So right here, this is the transfer track. Okay. This section of track can actually move side to side to line up with one of these three bays right here. And that's how we are able to pull coasters in and out of the maintenance area and put them on the main line, or take them off of the main line and put them into the maintenance area. Also on the track here, you'll see these little green boxes. These are called proximity switches. They sense the metal on the coaster and they relay the coaster's speed and location back to the ride computer. So the ride knows at all times where each train is located and just how fast, and they're constantly checking each other. And if one reads one thing and the other one reads something completely different, the ride's actually going to shut itself down, and we'll have to get a mechanic out here to see what's going on and get the ride back up.
All right, I think I recognize these right over here. These are water dummies, right?
Correct. Yeah, we use these when we're testing the coaster that's under annual maintenance before we allow people to ride it. Okay. So once we get that train back from maintenance, we'll load it up with the water dummies to simulate the weight of a full train. And we'll send it around a couple hundred times just to make sure everything is running okay before we allow guests on it. Safety here is our #1 priority at Busch Gardens, so we make sure everything is running perfectly, basically, before we let anyone ride it. Just in case, something should happen, coaster valleys, something like that. You don't have to go out there and get people off the ride. You got somebody who's going to wait there forever, and they're free, so
there you go. So, they don't complain.
Exactly. Some of them have faces on them, too.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, the bonnet covers up the wheels and the bogie system. So under the bonnet here,
look at that.
You have all the 3 different sets of wheels as well as the bogie system. And the bogie is basically a structure that supports the wheels and attaches them to the chassis of the coaster. Now there's 3 different types of wheels. There's road wheels, guide wheels, and upstop wheels. Now a lot of people will wonder, well, what happens if the coaster will derail or anything like that? It's impossible. The coaster's not going to derail. The way they are, all wheels are touching the track at the same time. It doesn't look like it here. This wheel actually is not touching. This pipe is actually not the correct diameter for the track. But all the wheels are touching at the same time, so it can't shift. So it can't shift off the track, and you have them putting pressure on the track on both sides. So it's going to stay centered, and it's going to be okay. So, and it takes about 6 to 8 months for them to do a complete inspection on the train. And then put it back together. Inside this column here, there's a cylinder, and it's got a bunch of grooves in that cylinder, and then there's pins that fall into those grooves. And there's about 8 pins, and 2 fall in at the same time as you pull the harness down. So when you pull a harness down, you'll hear it click. And those are those pins falling in. And then pulled it down 3 times, that's 3 clicks, and that's when you can get the seatbelt in. If you can get the seatbelt in, you're good to go. You can ride the coaster safely, and you're fine. You're good to go.
I know all about 3 clicks. Yes, yeah. I've had experiences with 3 clicks before in the past.
So, and you can tug on this thing as hard as you want, and it's not going anywhere. This thing's not going to let go. You're strapped in, you're safe, you're not going anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You can actually hang the entire coaster by the front row, the locked harnesses by the front row. So if you put a strap right through the harnesses and hang it by a crane, the steel inside the harness, which is actually about this thick, this 1-inch thick tubing that goes all the way through the harness, that's actually going to fail before the locking mechanism in there lets go.
Wow.
So that's how secure you are in these coasters.
Just remember that even if you're maybe a little scared, got nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. It's fun. All right, so where are we heading now?
We're heading up to the block break right now.
Right up these stairs?
Yep, right up here to the block break. We're not going to be able to go all the way up to the top because that does go into a rider-restricted area. Even though there is a gate up there, you can still kind of reach out and possibly touch a rider's hand, and we don't want that.
All right, how many flights? There's like, what, 6 flights here?
Yeah, just about.
Nothing, go ahead.
Oh, well, thank you.
I don't want to be the one leading into a restricted area.
You can also see off in the distance we have the Crown Colony restaurant, Cheetah Hunt, Gwazi roller coaster, Shikra. Off this way you can see out into our Serengeti Plain a little bit. You may see a couple of giraffe, eland out there. Back there you can see actually Adventure Island.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
And downtown Tampa is right off
look at
in
that,
the distance there.
Okay, so the train's coming right now, and I already feel it shaking.
Yeah, it'll shake a little bit as the train comes through, especially as the brakes grab hold and slow it down, it'll shake even more.
Oh, okay. It's like an earthquake or something. I think you told me this is a custom build. This is not like a pre-design, a layout that any park can get. This is custom built for Busch Gardens?
Correct. It's not a cookie cutter layout. This is our coaster. We're the only ones that have this coaster layout exactly.
I do love this ride. This probably is my favorite ride here at the park.
Yeah, it was an awesome ride.
The Batwing, I think, is my favorite part because the G-force between the two inversions they're just great. Now, how can guests do this tour? This is amazing.
You can book the tour online at buschgardens.com, or when you come to the park, you can stop at the front of the park and book it there.
Norman, thank you so much for taking the time and doing this for us.
You're very welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed the tour.
I love it. Let's go ride Cheetah Hunt.
All right,
sounds good.